9 of 12. When the Virgos come out to parade, the sun goes into hiding a little earlier in respect of the change in season, and students retire from the sweltering summer to new schools, classrooms, and teachers with renewed academic goals. I'm Theodore Henry, and let me be the first to welcome you to September and the first Jamaica magazine in a month that promises much.
So here are the facts.
7 out of 10 Jamaicans die from a non-communicable disease.
Because we love our people and we want them to live better quality lives,
we, the Ministry of Health and our partners, are launching Jamaica Moves.
Jamaica Moves is a call to action to prevent non-communicable diseases.
By educating and encouraging Jamaicans to be active.
Eat healthy.
and start living 30 minutes at a time.
Because 30 minutes of physical activity each day,
along with proper nutrition, can go a long way.
To prevent your risk from developing certain NCDs such as diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, and certain cancers.
And remember, it's life we're promoting. That's why you see me going hard right now.
I'm all about living.
So help us take this first step towards a healthier Jamaica so you can enjoy more moments, more memories, more life.
Hi there, I'm Simone Wolf with your JIS News of the Week. The central bank is reporting that the Jamaican economy continues to show signs of moderate recovery, with GDP growth recorded in the range of 1 to 2% in the June 2018 quarter. Bank of Jamaica Governor Brian Winter says a modest acceleration in real GDP growth is projected for over the next 2 years.
Real GDP growth is projected to expand at an average quarterly growth rate of 1.5% to 2.5% over the next 8 quarters.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness has instructed the Ministry of National Security to set aside resources from the Get the Guns campaign fund to incentivize information sharing that leads to the arrest and charge of child murderers, molesters, and traffickers. Mr. Holness made the disclosure on Monday as he met with the family of slain teen Yatania Francis. He also made a personal donation of $200,000 to assist with funeral expenses. Meanwhile, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang is urging citizens to join the police as they redouble their efforts to rid the country of criminals. Dr. Chang's plea follows the August 19 murder of Constable Rohan Buckner of the Little London Police Station in Westmoreland.
The team in Westmoreland have been working hard and working very effectively, and I want to commend them and reassure the public that these officers in Westmoreland are not going to relent and the job they are doing, because it is their intention to restore peace and safety to the people in Westmoreland.
Minister of Justice Delroy Chuck says he will be taking a submission to Cabinet to explore making all crimes expungible, adding that the proposal would not include automatic expungement for certain crimes.
There are some people who will never make friends with society, and they should be known. They should keep their criminal convictions. But those who pay their due and start to lead a decent, upright life, and has done so, before they go off and they ask for their record to be expunged, it is something that should be considered.
The first ever shipment of live lobsters from Jamaica to Shenzhen, China, left the island on Tuesday at the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay. The export is being facilitated by a memorandum of understanding signed with China last September, and this shipment of 2,000 live lobsters was organized by Rainforest Seafood in collaboration with other licensed fishermen.
We have found a market in China where they want the lobsters live. Okay, they want the market the lobsters live, so we get a chance now to, instead of shipping lobster tails, we get to ship the lobster alive.
Cabinet approval has been given to purchase land on the Nuttall Memorial Hospital property to relocate the Crossroad Tax Office. The land is worth $229 million and will accommodate other offices of Tax Administration Jamaica TAJ. Cabinet has also approved the acquisition of 9 acres of land at Morgan's Harbour.
This has been done for the development of Port Royal by the Port Authority of Jamaica and the Urban Development Corporation. This will be undertaken by the National Land Agency, utilizing the provisions of the Land Acquisition Act, and community consultations have been ongoing in respect of this proposed development.
24 Cuban educators have been recruited to teach at the primary, secondary, and tertiary levels for the 2018-2019 academic year. They have joined another 48 Cuban teachers who are currently serving within the education sector.
We're happy that we will have support in the areas of Spanish, mathematics, physics, chemistry, biochemistry, agricultural science, Spanish science, integrated science, physical education, and biology.
The National Water Commission says there should not be any major water-related issues at next week's start of the school year. Among other things, the NWC says that coming out of a meeting with the Education Ministry, it has been agreed that schools will be prioritized for water trucking where necessary. And finally, government has signed off on a grooming policy for schools, which will come into effect this September.
The law allows the school to set rules, and that you're required to abide by the rules. And part of the guideline is now to say to schools, they must review their rules to make sure they are in conformity with the Constitution and the laws, and they must engage their stakeholders so that we are all at one what is reasonable in terms of a rule.
The full grooming policy can be accessed on the ministry's website at moey.gov.jm. And those are some of the stories making news this week. I'm Simone Wolf.
Yo, this is We're committed to reducing the impact of disasters occurring in Jamaica. We're ever ready to assist you before, during, and after a disaster. But everybody have a role to play, so make we work together and follow the plan. Whether rich or poor or where you come from, hurricanes affect everyone, so be prepared. Prevention is better than cure. Be prepared. Listen to OPM.
A message from the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management.
Start small, but dream big. This is the story of the Caribbean Maritime University.
Work is far advanced to upgrade the Caribbean Maritime Institute CMI to a specialized university catering to maritime, intermodal transportation and logistics.
The new bill, passed with 26 amendments, will repeal the Caribbean Maritime Institute Act, under which the institution currently operates.
The Caribbean Maritime Institute is now officially a university as the institution received its new charter status.
The harbor is a backdrop, the sky, the sea so blue. Ready for the world, we are CMU. Discipline, integrity, our values shining through. In harmony with earth and sea, we are CMU. Masters of our destiny, we are CMU. We'll make the world a better place, we are CMU.
Thursday, September 28th, 2017 represents a truly positive transformation in Jamaica's tertiary education and training landscape. Today, we officially charter the Caribbean Maritime Institute, the Caribbean's first specialized public university and the only international maritime organization recognized maritime education and training provider in the English-speaking Caribbean for the training of officers.
Consequent on the status change from the Caribbean Maritime Institute to Caribbean Maritime University, I now have the honor, sir, to request that you install His Royal Majesty, King Drolo Bosa Adamta I Sopolo of the Shai, people of Ghana, as the first Chancellor of the Caribbean Maritime University.
I'm now a Yearman, member of the family. We will make a difference and we will change the lives of many, not just in this region, but around the world. This is a country that has had an impact in the world. Marcus Garvey was lent to the world by you. Reggae was lent to the world by you. Excellence in athleticism, track and field was lent to the world by you. It is time now for the world to recognize that we have here in Jamaica, yeah man, we have here in this great country, great scholars, great thinkers, amazing universities and institutions that is breaking new grounds and setting opportunities for many.
For some of us, CMU is but a small and large. It is large in spirit, small in size, young in age. In this regard, students get to know the depth not only of their classmates, but their instructors as well. Yet for others, it is a combined exhilaration of experiences, academic fellowship at the highest level, acquiring new and fulfilling skills that make them optimally rounded.
I now install you, Fritz Pinnock, as president of the Caribbean Maritime University.
I, Fritz Pinnock, pledge myself to perform the duties of the president of the Caribbean Maritime University as prescribed by the Act, Charter, statutes, and ordinances of the university. Today our student body is connecting Africa, Asia, North America, South and Central America, and Europe. The CMU is now a global university. The CMU will continue to infuse discipline and the soft skills, and we make them core competence to produce men and women who are disciplined, highly skilled, and globally certified to stand head and shoulders with the best in the world.
I am proud to be a part of not just the transition, but an absolute transformation. Most importantly, a change in the tide of our student life.
I'm proud to say that Barbadians have benefited from the opportunities offered at this institution. As it enters this new phase of its development, the attainment of university status, I envision this facility becoming the institution of choice for higher learning, for training, for research, and for consultation in the area of maritime matters in the Western Hemisphere.
CMU celebrates our ability as human beings to discover and learn and to build, to question, to reimagine, to create new ways to connect and work with each other. This is a place that truly offers a path to excellence.
The Caribbean Maritime University, a confluence where political foresight met the educational demands of a region and, by extension, the world. Charting a new course, CMU has proven that ships are not built for ports, as beyond the shore is the open sea.
Jamaicans, here are the facts about NIDS. You will not go to prison for not having a national ID. You will not be denied access to public health services or your personal doctor. You will not be denied access to education. And we do not want your DNA or your banking information. Just like the national census, you can volunteer information, but you will not be forced to reveal your private business. You will have over 3 years to get the new ID, and it is free. Don't follow rumors. Get the facts at nidsfacts.com.
I do have a dream, and I know you have a dream, that we can make Jamaica the place of choice for you to choose to live, to work, to do business.
We are going for the Jamaica we want. Making steady progress to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals in our National Development Plan, Vision 2030 Jamaica. We have teamed up with valued partners, working through strong institutions to reduce inequalities in our society. We commit to being responsible in our production and consumption, ensuring we build sustainable communities in harmony with nature. Jamaica is making significant strides in providing quality, lifelong education for all, enabling our people to be engaged in decent work to drive economic growth, equipping men and women with the skills to build resilient infrastructure, promote sustainable industry, foster innovation, and utilize new technologies. Urgent action is being taken to manage natural resources responsibly, protecting clean water sources, ensuring access to water and sanitation for all, diversifying to alternative energy sources, conserving our environment and sustaining life below water and on land. Jamaica is making moves to ensure healthy lifestyles for the well-being of our people. We're promoting sustainable agriculture to achieve food security, improve nutrition, and end extreme hunger, putting in the work to end poverty in all its forms. We're on track in achieving our Sustainable Development Goals through realizing our Vision 2030 Jamaica. We will leave no one behind.
And I'm chilling right now, 'cause we're in it right now.
And rightly said, we're leaving no one behind. Join us, have your take of the pot of gold. Taste it, feel it, experience it. Choose here and live. Join us in Jamaica.
Living in Jamaica is an experience that you cannot put in words. There's an energy in the atmosphere that just feels good. There's so many aspects of Jamaica that I think makes it second to none. The best food, the best music, the best people. We can go on and on about the good things about living in Jamaica.
The prolific artist is one of 9 faces selected by the Jamaica Tourist Board to beckon visitors to join them in the home of all right. The Jamaica Tourist Board is banking on the reach and popularity of social media to go where they have never gone before. To connect with potential visitors, hopefully to convince them to book a trip to the island based on the stories of these personalities who will pop up on their timeline. The hashtag Join Me in Jamaica digital marketing videos, each about 90 seconds, are disseminated via the Tourist Board's social media platforms.
Come out and meet us, come out and experience what Jamaica has to offer.
The Songbird and Dancehall Prince join the likes of the coffee expert, the sister cooks, the hotel chef, the pudding man, the Rasta artist, and the entrepreneur.
And as we started kind of working on this and coming up with some ideas, and Join Me in Jamaica evolved, we settled on that because it's a great call to action. But it's deeper than that. It enables the people we talk with to say, why join me in Jamaica?
Name them all. Being a man, they all come here and buy their pudding. This is what we grew up on. Now, when the people come to Jamaica, everybody, as soon as they land off the plane, this is where they come. They want to taste this pudding because it's bringing them back to the old days.
You talk about scripting things or putting things together and you hope for words and magic, and then you try to get somebody to deliver that line. It's just not real. But when we hiked to the top of Blue Mountain in the rain to the top. We sit there and talk to him, and his face lit up, and his smile was just so infectious, and all of a sudden he comes out with, God has been good to us. The universe has been good to us. This rock, I love it.
I love it.
These videos will now populate our social space, and we'll be able to have connectivity to every corner of the world. And the language part of it, yes, we've worked on, and the technology allows instant translation.
It doesn't mean that we will not do traditional advertising anymore. Because if that is in anybody's mind, then we need to disabuse ourselves of that. In anybody's mind, then we need new space. We can reach more people in places that we could never even think of reaching them before. 1, because of costs, 2, because of logistics, 3, because it's just not profitable to do. A content-rich communication to the world about what makes Jamaica special. And who best to tell that story but some very hardcore, well-enabled, well-entrenched Jamaicans who have served Jamaica in many ways, different ways, in a very authentic way, tell their own story about why anybody should join them in Jamaica.
Every Jamaican has this passionate, loving story, and we want to capture that and share it with the world, because I believe the rest of the world could learn a little bit from Jamaica. One love.
But every now and then, instead of we big up the positives, we are big up the bad things them. So choosy this day, what you wanna do? If you're building up Jamaica, I'll be step by step with you. So put your hand on your heart if you love Jamaica. Lift up Jamaica, build up Jamaica. Wave your hands if you love Jamaica. Oh, sweet Jamaica, make with me Jamaica. Alright, you see in Bolt and Shelley and Fraser, them run over the world like a trailer. And every time we talk about culture, reggae music are the real forefather. Although we proud of we national dish, it's much more than a key and saltfish. So now we standing proud 56 now. Follow me and do it. Put your hand on your heart if you love Jamaica. Lift up Jamaica, build up Jamaica. Wave your hands if you love Jamaica. Oh, sweet Jamaica, make with me Jamaica. Alright. In this period of festivities, a celebration time for you and me. Whether we are whole a vibe on the corner or a bus to dance on the street, I just a love vibration we under. So just put this one on repeat. Put your hand on your heart if you love Jamaica. Lift up Jamaica, build up Jamaica. Wave your hands if you love Jamaica. Oh, sweet Jamaica, Jamaica. Alright, put your hand on your heart if you love Jamaica. Now lift up Jamaica, build up Jamaica. Wave your hands if you love Jamaica. Oh, sweet Jamaica, oh, make we beat Jamaica. Alright, put your hand on your heart now, hand on your heart now. Lift up Jamaica, build up Jamaica. Wave your hands if you love Jamaica. Oh, sweet Jamaica, come on, make we beat Jamaica. Alright.
I say be careful what you teach your little children. Make sure I know something to hurt them. Mind what you saying to my sister. She could be the next prime minister.
Sexual abuse is always a very difficult thing to confront, particularly when the alleged victim is a child. Parents, if it is that you suspect that your child has been sexually abused or is in a vulnerable set of circumstances where an abuse may occur, we encourage you to have dialogue with your child. Take the child to the pediatrician who normally attends to the child. If there is no such pediatrician, take your child to the clinic, to the hospital, to some medical practitioner who can do an assessment for you. It's very important as well that we don't just look at the physical side, but we also seek to find the kind of psychosocial support that a child may need. Does the child need a session with a counselor? Does the child need to speak with a pastor who is used to dealing with these issues? Does the child need to get that ongoing psychological support to assist with the healing process and also to assist the child in becoming strong enough, as it were, to deal with the various processes that will follow once it is that you suspect an abuse has occurred? If it is that the child actually discloses when you engage the child in discussion that yes, mommy and daddy, I was abused, we encourage you to entertain the child, to listen to what the child has to say to you, and to take it very seriously. So we really urge you to have those discussions and to seek guidance in terms of, do I speak to the police about this, which we always say you have to. Because once a child has been sexually abused, it's a criminal matter, and it means that once at all possible, the child should be assisted to go through the processes so that the perpetrator can in fact be held accountable. Support your child and let them understand in very clear terms that they are not the cause or the reason for this abuse having been perpetrated. But the most important element is to support them, get them access to the services that they need, and give them a chance to have you give them that listening ear. For these tips and of course any other information that deals with children, that is anyone under 18 years, please feel free to contact the Office of the Children's Advocate. We're at 72 Harbour Street, downtown Kingston, and our numbers are 948-1134, or website www.oca.gov.jm. Thank you.
Watch what you teach your little children. Make sure I know something to hurt them. Mind what you saying to my sister, cause she could be the next prime minister.
Our time here is up, but we want to hear from you. What are your plans for this academic year? Teacher, parent, student. Share your tips, hacks, and advice with us on our social media pages and stay in the know with our Android and iOS apps until we meet here again. On behalf of the entire JIS team, live, breathe, smile, and take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.